Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live online morning show. We have a special show for you today, ladies and gentlemen. We have kidnapped Brian for the next 30 minutes. If you want to see him alive, stay tuned for our ransom demands. But on a serious note, we do have a special show lined up for you today. We have Georgia House Speaker David Ralston joining us at 9:30. He will be calling in for an interview. We have several surprises sprinkled throughout the day, so stay tuned so you can see them all. We'll be back with Brian later as we get into state and national. Carla's Corner, again, Georgia House Speaker David Ralston. But it is Fetch Fun Friday, and I know I'm having fun. You tuned in North Georgia, so I'm your host, LCA. Kevin, did you put a question mark in my teleprompter?
April Fools.
I'm firing you.
Aw, okay.
It's 8 o'clock, people, so we're going to get into the news. I'm here to bring you up to date with your America. It's April 1st, and you know what that means. That's right, there's only 3 months left in the North America presidential primaries, and then it's the long wait until November, the elections. And with the elections ever looming over us in November, I have to warn you, winter is coming. But now, I'm not here to endorse one candidate over another. I'm not here to endorse one party over another, but I am here to tell you who to vote for. Now, as we move into elections, I want to say, ladies and gentlemen, that we as Americans have a very important freedom, and I need you to pay attention. Voting is, of course, our current focus on freedom in this nation. People everywhere are talking politics. They're talking their political views. They're mudslinging. They're talking voting records, rhinos, dinos, everything in between, policies, legislation, everything. But I want to focus on voting. So, hypothetically, let's say Ted Cruz becomes the Republican nominee, and let's say Bernie Sanders comes in for the Democrats. And I'm assuming maybe you don't like either of these candidates. Whether you do or not, the point is that we have a very important freedom, and if you go to vote in your presidential primaries, if you go to look at your November presidential elections, you will see a little box at the bottom of your ballot, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, America. We can take back America by force. This little box, you can click for your write-in votes. We can regain control with our write-in revolution. But the question is, with everyone writing in their own candidates, you have to wonder, everybody's going to be voting for their own candidate. I'm going to vote for BKP. Kevin's going to vote for me. BKP's going to vote for Kevin. How do we become unified? How do we find a new write-in candidate for America? I'm here to tell you, you need to vote for Rogers and Stark in 2016. Now, I've already found Rogers and Stark. This is the running mate and the presidential candidate. I've already found the candidate and the running mate. Everything's done for you. All you need to do is write in these candidates. Now, what makes you think, with these heroes of America always sacrificing themselves, always going to put their lives on the line to save the world, what makes you think they'd do any less as president and vice president? Saving America is, of course, their campaign slogan, and it's time we did that, people. Your vote, your write-in revolution can save America. Now let me talk first. Of course, everybody wants to know the presidential candidate, Steve Rogers, and I'm here to tell you Rogers is not here to tell you how bad the other candidates are. He's not here to sling mud. And while they're trying to dig up dirt on each other, Rogers is here to tell you exactly why he is the best candidate. His military service goes all the way back to World War II. He put his life on the line to save soldiers in the trenches and fight for his country, and he's here to fight for us again. He's a national hero who not only served his country, but served it through some of its darkest times. He led a national security, he led a national security agency, a security service, as well as a government initiative, the Avengers. He has brought so much experience to the leadership role. He's able to utilize government resources on a limited budget. And remember, no increase in budgets means no increase in taxes. Now, of course, you're thinking, this sounds too good to be true. This is just made up. This is all fluff. This will never be real. But I'm here to tell you a politician never keeps his promises after the election. And that's why I found the beauty of Steve Rogers. He's not running. He's not trying to campaign for office. That's our job. That's our job as Americans. We are going to campaign for him. He's not making promises. We're putting him there to be who he is. An absolute epitome of American liberty, moral righteousness. I mean, he's a Boy Scout, people. Come on. Now I want to move on. I've told you about Rogers. I want to move on to Stark. Give me a couple minutes. I'm going to regroup and get ready to come back in. We're going to talk about the vice presidential candidate for your write-in revolution, Anthony Edwards.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Better days ahead. Truck Month is back at your new Days Chevrolet in Jasper with savings up to $8,000 off MSRP. Right now, get a roomy new Chevy Equinox for just $23,200, or get Days max discount on a new Silverado Crew Cab, just $31,900, plus instant easy credit with Days Fast Track Credit Center. But these Truck Month savings won't last long. Get to Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where Chevy cars and trucks cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Save big on service at Schadenkerk. Get a full-service oil change for only $29.99. That's right. Get an oil and filter change, tire rotation, brake check, AC check, and multi-point inspection, all for just $29.99.
Give us a shot at Schadenkerk.
Get the $29.99 oil change special at Schadenkerk Ford or any of our convenient locations in the heart of Georgia.
As Bentley says, give us a shot at Schadenkerk.
Online at SchadenkerkAtlanta.com.
Welcome back to Good Morning from the Office. I'm your host, LCA. Yes, I caught that question mark this time. Now, before we get back into it, people, I know I told you we wanted to talk about Anthony Edwards Stark. We were going to talk about the vice president, but I told you at the top of the show that I was going to have ransom demands so you could get your precious BKP back. So I am demanding, this is official with the kidnap, $1 million. I've just been informed that's not really a lot of money, so, $1 billion. Okay. Let's get back into it. I know you're on the edge of your seat. You're wanting to talk about Rogers and Starks and their non-candidacy for the American people's need for our write-in revolution. Now, your write-in votes for this group are coming in. I've already gotten a couple people saying they're on board. They have committed to the write-in revolution. And I'm here to tell you in part 2 of our segment today, it just gets better with the vice president, people. I'm telling you that Stark is your vice president, and he's the best option for us. I mean, look at this guy. He's a born genius, an inventor who took over a company that his father had built. He made billions, people. Billions. Billions. Billions of dollars. And when he was brought low with corporate sabotage, we all know the story, left Stark Industries to crumble in the dust. Stark himself, Tony Stark, he went out and started a new company, Stark Resilient. He went to his friends, incorporated them, and started the new company, founded upon efficient, 100% renewable energy sources. Now, you want to discuss freedom from the global economy? Let's pull that needle out of America's arm and end the oil addiction, people. 100% fuel efficiency, Stark Resilient. Oh wait, I think that was ad campaign. Can we get paid for that? Kevin, go contact Stark. I just endorsed his company. I want advertisement.
I'll text him right now.
Yeah, thank you. Now, you want to discuss freedom of the global economy? Let's move past from that. This guy's created Stark Resilient, another multi-billion-dollar company out of his friend's cabin. He went up into the woods, got a bunch of friends together, and made $1 billion. So let's put him in the White House and see what he can do. Now, with this $1 billion company, I think we can rely on this guy to create jobs for us. We're always talking about the unemployment rate and how it's below 8%, below 10%. How about 0%, people? How about we put America back to work? This guy will create jobs, Stark. That's why I'm telling you to vote for him as vice president. We want leadership, morals, and liberty, and that's Rogers. But Stark is your business guy. He's your billionaire. He's the guy to get us out of our $17 trillion debt. And that's trillions, people. That is a T. This guy is the office manager. This guy is the business manager. This guy will make your debt melt. And he may not be able to take on an army of advisors of the president, but that's why we have Rogers. That's why Tony Stark will be the advisor. That's why he's on the vice president role. I mean, inventors are what built this country, people. You can go all the way back, look at our history. Eli Whitney and the cotton gin, Alexander Graham Bell and the telephone, Carl Benz and the modern car, Steve Jobs, and innovators are what we're looking for, people. Innovators, creators, inventors, masters of thought and creativity, people who radically change their world. Stark, the next name on the pantheon of American heroes. But creation without restraint can be dangerous, and I understand this. That's why Stark would be the vice president. We can harness the raw power of his mind and temper it a little bit with the leadership, the morals, the guidance of Steve Rogers as the captain of America. Now, saving America is the direction of the next 8 years of presidential leadership. That's what I'm here to bring to you, people. That's why I'm bringing you the write-in revolution. So take time to notice your own power. Your vote, your choice. I'm just here to tell you that the future is yours. Saving America doesn't necessarily mean grabbing a gun and running out into the streets. Saving America is simply taking your liberty, your rule, your right to vote, and utilizing it in the correct way. And the best thing is with these candidates, even if they can't save America, you can be damn Okay, people, let's get serious for a minute. April Fool's has been fun, and we're playing up fake candidates, and that's fun too. But I want you to dig deeper. You may see a few things in this whole script. You may have enjoyed my segment and laughed with me. But take your time and look at a few things that any of us would like to believe in. Take time to think about your choices. And I am serious. Think about your power as citizens. It's the election time. Everybody wants to talk about, oh, will my vote count? Or, oh, we should do this. Or, I believe in this guy. Stop thinking about who you can get elected and start thinking about who you want as president. It's cliche. We can sit here and say all day, your vote counts, your vote matters, but you are supposed to rule your country, people. Politicians should bow and cater to us as citizens. I'll leave you with one final thought. Well, one final question, really. How much would the country change? How much would our nation alter itself with something so small as a what if question? So what if? What if senators and congressmen and presidents were paid a minimum wage? An average manager's salary? Who would serve if it was in fact a social service? This is a thought that I bring to you, and I have fun with it. It's Fetch Fun Friday. It's April 1st. We're pranking and April Foolsing. But I have to ask, what if? Oh, and one more thing for all of you who know, Hail Hydra.